lost my suit and tie in a bin outside of town. Told the boss man and the bankers I was never coming down. The skyline's in the rear view, just a shadow on the glass, while the interstate is humming through the wild and swaying grass. My old Chevy's got a rattle, but she knows exactly where. The air is getting cooler and there's freedom in my hair. The asphalt turns to gravel, then the gravel turns to white. I'm chasing down the ghosts of every lonely city night, past the rusted water tower with the name I used to know, watching all the golden acres where the summer spirits grow. I can smell the rain a-coming, I can smell the mown down hay. Everything I lost is waiting just a couple miles away. Oh, it's dusty boots and dirt roads all the way, where the sky turns into gold at the end of every day. Leave your heart upon the dashboard, let your troubles fade to gray. I'm headed back to where the simple country people stay. No more sirens in the distance, no more concrete in my soul, just the rhythm of the hollow making every broken spirit whole. Past the old creek bridge where the willow trees are weeping, while the secrets of the valley in the shadows are keeping. The general store is sagging with the weight of 50 years. Old men sitting on the porch, forgetful of their fears. They don't need to ask my name, they can see it in my eyes. I'm just another wanderer beneath these open skies. I spent 20 years climbing just to find there's nothing there but a pocket full of money and a head of silver hair. But the soil beneath my fingernails, it tells a different truth about the magic of the morning and the fire of my youth. The road is getting narrow now, I'm turning off the lights, following the fireflies through the velvet country nights. Oh, it's dusty boots and dirt roads all the way, where the sky turns into gold at the end of every day. Leave your heart upon the dashboard and let your troubles fade to gray. I'm headed back to where the simple country people stay. Dirt roads, I'm finally home. long day's work is written in the lines upon my face. I'm leaning on the porch rail, just slowing down my pace. The shadow of the water tower is stretching long and wide, while the heat of summer afternoon begins to slip and hide. I can see the ghost of my old man in the way the shadows fall. He built this barn with cedar wood, he built it straight and tall. He used to stand right where I stand and wipe the dust away, watching the light of heaven kiss the end of every day. The tractors in the machine shed clicking as it cools. A giant made of iron, tired of the working rules. The smell of diesel and the earth is hanging in the air, like a silent benediction, like a quiet country prayer. A lone hawk circles high above on a ribbon of the breeze, finding his way home to the top of the white oak trees. The sky is turning violet, then a deep and burning red, as the valley prepares to lay its weary head to bed. Right there where the silo meets the sun, the beauty of the life that we have begun, a golden crown resting on that old and rusted tin. This is the holy peace that I am living in. Let the stars start waking up, let the moon begin to climb. I'm exactly where I should be in this tapestry of time. Yeah, the world keeps spinning faster, but here it's all the same. Where the wind among the wheat fields is whispering my name. I watch the cattle huddle in the hollow by the creek. Sometimes the strongest stories are the ones that do not speak. The crickets start their symphony, the owls join the choir, while I sit here and remember every spark of my desire. I don't need the silver, and I don't need the gold, as long as I have this horizon for my weary eyes to hold. The old silo stands like a lighthouse in a sea of yellow grain, guarding all the memories through the sunshine and the rain. They say the city has a brighter light, a neon-colored glow, but they ain't never seen the way the harvest embers show. They don't know the silence that can heal a broken heart, or how a setting sun can give a man a brand new start. It's a long and winding journey, but the ending is so clear. Every trial, every burden, it just melts away right here. Right there where the silo meets the sun, the beauty of the life that we have begun. A golden crown resting on that old and rusted tin. This is the holy peace that I am living in. The light is fading now. The stars are coming out, one by one, over the silo, over the home. Good night, world. Good night. The world is wrapped in a blanket, the blue and silver mist, the kind of morning that's rarely been touched and rarely been kissed. I'm walking out in flannels, feeling the cool on the wooden floor, before I even think about opening the screen of the kitchen door. The old percolator's bubbling with a steady rhythm sound, while the first light of the morning starts to dance along the ground. I leave the heavy world behind, I leave the static in the hall, just listening to the quiet way the pine needles start to fall. A mockingbird is testing out a melody he found last night, and the dew is heavy on the roses, turning silver in the light. I settle in the rocker that's been creaking since '94, and I wonder why I ever thought I'd need a single thing more. The steam is rising from my ceramic mug in a white and curly dance. I'm giving all my city worries just a second-hand glance. The air is sharp and clean, like a secret whispered in the trees. I'm breathing in the spirit of the valley on the breeze. Just coffee on the porch and a rocking chair, the scent of the pine wood filling up the air. No phone is ringing, don't know where to be, just the morning sun and the silence in me. Every sip is a prayer, every breath is a grace, in this little corner of a slow and steady place. The clocks might be ticking in the world outside of here, but the only time that matters is the time that's held so dear. I see the neighbor's chimney smoke starting to rise up high, a thin and gray-blue ribbon tied against the waking sky. The world will soon be busy, the world will soon be loud, but for now I'm just a drifter on a morning glory cloud. There's no deadlines in the sunrise, no pressure in the wind, just a chance to start all over where the mountain trails begin. I watch the golden retriever stretching out on the lawn, a perfect silent witness to the breaking of the dawn.
Yesterday is a ghost that's finally laid to rest in the pines, and tomorrow is a bird that hasn't learned to fly the lines. So I'll stay right here in the middle of this amber-colored glow, watching the shadows shrink and watching the morning grow. The bitter of the coffee and the sweet of the morning air is more than enough to handle every burden I might bear. Just coffee on the porch and a rocking chair, the scent of the pine wood filling up the air. No phone is ringing, nowhere to be, just the morning sun and the silence and me. The mist is burning off now, the sun has hidden the floorboards, warmth on my feet. Another cup, maybe. Just one more moment in the quiet, in the morning. The beautiful morning.
The windows are boarded at the old movie house on the square. The letters are missing from the sign that said the Grand was there. The neon is flickering, a low and a tight electric hum, waiting for a crowd on a Saturday night that'll never come. I remember the nights when the sidewalk was humming with pride, when the boys in the Chevys had nothing to do but to ride. Now the dust has settled on the pharmacy counter and the floor, and the closed sign is permanent on the hardware's heavy oak door. Old Mr. Johnson still sits in his yard on a wooden chair, talking to people who haven't been living or standing there. He remembers the factory whistle, the smoke in the morning sky, before the interstate came and told the whole valley goodbye. He tips his hat to the shadows that dance in the afternoon sun, counting the years and the battles that nobody really won. The children that moved to the city where the lights never ever fade, leaving the ghosts of the games that we all used to have played. I'm walking with the ghost of Main Street tonight, beneath the hum of a flickering, dying light. The glory is faded, the young ones are long since gone, but the soul of this town keeps lingering, lingering on. It's in the cracks of the pavement, it's in the rust on the rail, story of a kingdom that's getting a little too frail. Yeah, the world keeps turning, but time is just standing still on the ghost of the street at the bottom of the sycamore hill. There's an old high school jacket hanging up in the barber shop, where the stories of heroes and legends will never quite stop.
They talk about the season. We almost went all of the way before the rain and the winter turned all of our blue skies to gray. The playground is silent, the swing set is covered in vines, a broken down engine at the end of the long silver lines. But if you listen real close, when the wind starts to whistle and blow, you can hear the laughter of the people we used to know. They call it progress when the bank moves away to the north, when the tractors are silent and the soil isn't bringing things forth. But a town isn't made out of bricks and the mortar and the stone. It's made out of the hearts that never quite feel all alone. So I walk these 5 blocks and I'll whisper a word to the air for the ghost of the street and the people who used to be there. I'm walking with the ghost of Main Street tonight, beneath the hum of a flickering, dying light. The glory is faded, the young ones are long since gone, but the soul of this town keeps lingering, lingering on. Main Street is sleeping under the harvest moon. The shadows are long, but the spirit is strong. I'll see you tomorrow, old friend. Just the wind. Just the wind.
I spent half my life chasing ghosts in the neon blue light, and the other half digging for a soul in the dead of the night. My hands are like leather, my knuckles are scarred from the fight, between the wrong things I did and the things that I knew were right. I walk through the valleys where the water is bitter and cold, and I've traded my secrets for a story that shouldn't be told. There's a map in the wrinkles that time has etched into my skin, of every hard place I've gone and every dark place I've been. The dust on my boots is a collection of every state line, from the red dirt of Texas to the high mountain smell of the pine. I slept on the floorboards, I've slept in the back of the car, while trying to find out exactly just who we all are. I watched the sun die in 1,000 different horizons, seeing the truth and the beauty that the cold world is hiding. Every scar on my body is a lesson I had to buy dear, and the sound of the engine is the only prayer that I hear. It's a little bit of whiskey and a whole lot of wisdom tonight, trying to settle the score between the dark and the light, living my life on the edges, outside of the system, to the voices of reason I never in the rain, finding the honey that's hidden in the middle of pain. Don't ask me for silver, boy, and don't ask me for the gold. That's a heavy weight on your back when you're getting real old. Just keep your eyes on the road and your hands steady on the wheel, and never let a city man tell you how you ought to feel. The world is a circus, the world is a beautiful lie, but the truth is the eagle that's circling up in the sky. Be honest with your whiskey, be careful with who you might trust, because we're all just a heartbeat away from returning to dust. I've outrun the law and I've outrun the people I loved, chasing a dream that was written in the stars up above. But freedom isn't free, no, it cost you your house and your name, and it leaves you with nothing but the fire and the heat of the flame. Still, I wouldn't trade 1 mile of the road I have known for a comfortable life and a heart that has never been thrown. It's a little bit of whiskey and a whole lot of wisdom tonight. The bottle is low, the wisdom is high. 1 more for the road, 1 more for the sky. I'm a ghost in the making, just a shadow on the hill. Keep rolling, keep rolling still.
Can you hear that whisper coming off the rolling green hill? The engine of the motherland that never stands quite still. The dawn is breaking early with a promise in its hand, spreading golden fire all across this ancient land. The amber waves are moving like a deep and restless sea, writing out a poem for the spirits who are free. I'm standing at the edge where the earth meets with the sky, with 1,000 miles of beauty catching in my weary eye. I left the heavy shadows of the towers made of stone to find a rhythm of my own that I had never known. No more concrete canyons, no more gray and crowded streets, just the music of the prairie and the medicine it meets. Every stalk of grain is a string upon a bow, playing out a symphony that only farmers know. I can feel the pulse of the seasons in my chest, in the wild and holy valley where my spirit came to rest. Like the wind through the wheat, I'm moving along, singing out the earth's ancient beautiful song. No fences can hold me, no walls can ever confine. The spirit of the horizon is yours and it is mine. Deep within the valley floor, I'm opening a window, I'm opening a door. Yeah, it's a golden kind of freedom that I'm feeling in my feet, just dancing with the shadows and the wind through the weeds. The hawks are all circling in a wide and open blue, searching for a miracle that's always shining through. I'm watching all the clouds, they're drifting slowly by, like giant silver ships across the ocean of the sky. I'm a seed in the furrow, I'm a bird upon the wing. I'm part of every melody that the changing seasons bring. There's a power in the silence, there's a glory in the grain that can wash away the sorrow and can heal every pain. Run through the fire, walk through the cold, searching for a story that has never been told. But you don't have to travel to the ends of the earth to find the simple magic and to find your own word. Just stand in the middle of a golden afternoon and listen to the humming of a timeless country tune. Let the world go crazy, let the world go fast. I found the kind of peace that was built to always last. Like the wind through the wheat, I'm moving along, singing out the earth's ancient and beautiful song. No fences can hold me, no walls can ever confine the spirit of the horizon